Alright, this is Andrew with Yoda Home Inspections. Today is March 3rd, 2025, and we are at 2013 Ridgewood Way in Bountiful. We have the camera pushed out 140 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose-on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. I noticed as I pulled my camera across this lip, I got caught on it a little bit. I can't tell what's connecting this clay nose-on with the PVC, but it looks like a rubber boot. Sometimes those have a tendency to tear. It does feel like this one has a little bit of a lip, which means that maybe it's separated a little bit. But as far as I can see visually, it looks like everything's making it into the city line. Maybe just a little bit of a non-standard way of doing it, which when you use non-standard methods, it's, you always have the risk of something going wrong, but that's not the typical type of connection that I see. You'll notice a little bit of running water. Running water is fine. What you don't want to see is standing water where it's not draining on its own with gravity. So far this looks good. A little bit of buildup on the line. You could have that cleaned out to prevent waste from getting stuck in it. This is a plastic line so far, similar to what they use on most new construction. That's the sewer access point. So somewhere outside there's another spot to access the line. A little more build up through here as well. Maybe a little bit of a flat spot, which has probably contributed to it. You can see how it's holding a little bit of water right there. Now we're transitioning to ABS, which is a different type of plastic. A little bit of an offset there. You can see the opening on the right hand side of the pipe. I can't see if there's a fitting right there or if that's open to soil. Not really a good way to see visually. Maybe if you had it hydrojetted, you would be able to see whether that's open to soil or a fitting. that's an area that I would pay close attention to when you have it cleaned, if you have it cleaned. If that's open to the soil, a couple things. So water can get through there and cause it to settle and make this offset worse. Soil could collapse in and block the line. So neither one of them are good scenarios, but there's a possibility that there's a rubber fitting behind it and it's sealed. And so having it cleaned, you'd be able to have a better look at that once you've blasted water around there. Partially covered with the water softener. You can see here that there is an opening that you can get a tool through, but it's definitely a lot harder to get that cap on and off. There's enough of a space behind it that I'll be able to get it back on and seal it up right, but depending on what kind of work you were doing, that could prevent you from having as good access. Cabling the line or even probably hydrojetting it. It's best to have a little more access than what I need with my little camera. So just to recap, you did have a couple offsets, a little bit of buildup with one spot that was a little bit flat but not very long. I would recommend having the line cleaned to remove all that buildup and grease. That would prevent waste from getting stuck, and then it would also allow you to have a couple of those joints looked at that had offsets to see if there's proper rubber fitting behind it or whether it's just open to the soil. I'm going to end this recording now.